Okay, hello. We are back with some Sekiro. Got the All-Redone Elden Ring run finished Sunday. So back to Sekiro Purification no hit. So let's just get the first one started. Good start. Already missing the jump. And already missing that jump. Okay, good start. Really good start. I haven't played much Sekiro this past week. So, I don't know, this could be bad. Hopefully it'll be okay though. As long as we're not stuck in outskirts hell, we'll be fine. Like, just get me a run past Bull is sort of the main thing to start. Or like past Bull or Ganitra or something, and then the runs actually get going. And also, of course, trying not to mess up Ganitra like I have done recently. Especially with those attacks. Like the attacks after he deflects. I've lost quite a few runs to those in the past couple sessions of attempts. I think the main thing is still Hirata. That's still the place where it's most likely to go wrong, but I don't know. We're getting closer to the run. I think I can basically do every fight Hitless, Damageless at least, I don't know, 3 out of 5 times. Most of them I'd be fairly confident saying 5 out of 5. So now it's just a case of putting all of them together at the same time. Which is what we haven't been able to do so far. So it should just be a matter of time. Like, we've had quite a few changes to the route, I guess, since I started doing this. So I've stopped getting firecrackers, and then I recently changed up the Fountainhead route as well to get rid of like the dive with the lightning and just killing a Kami leader instead. I think that's really the only things. I can't think of many other like route changes I've done. Or like strategy changes. That's my fault. I fucking suck. I don't know why I always do that. I'm always like so eager to get like out of all the tutorial. I always play Ogre like really sketch and just end up getting hit. I should really just fight Ogre like a normal person. Like if I fight Ogre normally, then I'll actually get past it like every attempt. Instead of trying to save like 5 seconds on the fight and just getting hit instead. What am I doing? Okay, well, this one's had a good start. I would say I just need to play the early game super careful. If I'm not greedy at all on Ogre, Gyobu or Bull, then I can actually get a run going. Hello, Will. Good to see you. How's work going? Probably the same as always. Oh, fuck. I did not think I was in that. Turns out Genichiro can reach further than I thought. Oh, you leave in 13 minutes. Wow. Also, you're just finishing at 3:30 today. That's not bad. Did you have to start early, or was it just a shorter day? Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah. I guess there's not much point going back by the time you're done. I guess that is quite nice, though. Just like an extra hour and a half. It kind of seems weird, though, also. Wow, I missed. I don't know, it seems odd to me that sort of work let you do that. And not, you know, sort of, you need to book it when you're not working. Because if I've ever had like an appointment or something, I've always had to, you know, book it for when I'm not at work. I guess it's a pretty nice thing, though, that they let that happen. Okay, can we not mess up this fight again? I was gonna say, that does seem like a very nice thing for a job to do. Like, I know it is only like an hour and a half, but still. Yeah, it shouldn't be counted like negatively anyway. I don't think anyway. I think with most employers, or like nice ones at least, you know, if you're not off all the time and there's just something you have to do here or there, they're completely fine with it. DS2 is annoying. Let me just say that's not an unpopular opinion. DS2 is a very hit or miss game. Personally, I quite enjoyed it, but there are definitely quite a few parts in there that are, let's just go with interesting, but not necessarily interesting in a good way. How far have you got then? Because I know you would also fuck. I know you've beaten Pursuer, I think. I mean, some parts of DS2 are really good. The dragon in the flame tower? Oh, I know what you mean, yeah. What I would say is, don't do that now. Like, it's definitely not necessarily tougher, but they're definitely like tougher enemies to get there. Like, it's probably best to go other places and get better equipment and like levels first. Because yeah, the dragon with all the enemies around it is quite annoying to get past. I can't remember if you have to kill the dragon or just pull a lever. I think you need to kill it. So yeah. I'd say leave that for now, but especially if you're like stuck on that one part. Yeah, you do have to kill it, yeah. So I'd probably say, I mean, there are tons of places you can go. Like the hub world in DS2 has a ton of connections to places. So I think there's a path after Dragon Rider. There's a path after Dragon Rider that you can take. I think there's also a path after Pursuer. There is the pit, like in Majula, you know, like the massive hole. I'm trying to think what other places there are. I don't think the other place you need like an item for, but you might have an item for it. If you keep dying from the drop, you need more vigor. Like, I know that probably sounds like a joke, but that's literally the way you're supposed to do it. If you're dying from the drop, then come back to it when you have more vigor. Also, fuck you, Gobu. Yobu, my beloved, not letting me grapple him. There is also a ring you can buy that reduces fall damage. But it only... I think it helps. I'm pretty sure it lets you like survive longer falls. But that with like a bit more vigor and you'll be able to get down the pit. I'd say first place I would advise going is probably after Dragon Rider. Hello Marina, welcome in. I see you catch a stream of just some, I wouldn't say chill, but hopefully not as stressful as the Elden Ring run. Though it definitely gets stressful if I get close to the end. Oh, and True Monk, as always. Yeah, it's nice that you only have 30 minutes of work left. Because it's not too long until you're finished. I'm going to a nice restaurant after. Hopefully that will be very nice. Because I last went out for dinner on, I think Saturday, when I went out with family, and that was also very nice to catch up with like grandparents I haven't seen for a couple of months. And yeah, it's been quite windy over here as well. I think it's rained a bit as well over here. Which I guess is part of the like storm that's coming over. Although I don't think it's been... So we haven't been too bad over here yet, but... Have to see. Because it's probably still making its way over the west. And so it's going to be probably a bit longer before the southeast gets anything. And so we've had a bit of wind, but nothing like crazy just yet. Wind, snow, and ice streets in Austria. That doesn't sound fun. I guess you probably get that pretty often, but it probably doesn't make it any more like fun or any more bearable. I guess especially having like icy streets. Trying to just drive or walk anywhere is probably really rough. I mean, okay, but let's be realistic. When is it not raining in Wales? Like, can we be realistic for a second? They not use salt to clear the roads then? Or is it just for parking? You must use salt for roads and things, right? Otherwise... I don't know, otherwise that just makes it even worse. I can kind of get if you're not using it on parking, but... I imagine you do use it on roads, right? Okay, Gyobu. Okay, they do sort the streets, but actually I guess there are probably times where it's that bad that like sorting it just doesn't really clear it or help. Because even if you're like used to it and prepared for it, there's only so much that like salt can do. I don't remember there being a time where I'm from where snow has been like so heavy that we haven't really been able to do anything. Like there are times where obviously like transport and things have stopped, but that's more we're not prepared for it rather than we couldn't do anything about it. Hey, if I get to True Monk, then I'm sure I will get wrecked by it, but first we need to get there. First we need to get there. That was very fucking close. Wait, what am I doing? I started looking around for the Akko sugar and forgot that I literally just picked them up. I mean, it makes sense that like the first like couple snowy days that people are sort of getting used to it again, but I know it's probably a pretty common thing in Austria, I would assume. Let's say where I live, we haven't had snow in maybe like 5 years. He's not going to run into a corner. Maybe? Nope. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was Will. I think I really like snow, but we never get it. I guess it's... I don't know, it might be the kind of thing that I really like because we don't get it that often. So when it actually happens, it's like all like special and you know like that. But if it happened like every day basically or most days, then I might not feel the same way. I don't know. It might be one of those things where, you know, if you have to deal with it every day, it might get very annoying. Yeah, it was fine. I didn't really do anything. Just sort of standard job. Like standard shift. I think I can only think of like 3 or 4 times in my lifetime Or maybe a bit more than that, where like we've had snow at our home. I'm supposed to rest. Because now it's just hot most of the time. Like, yeah, I remember having snow when I was much younger. But not so much recently. Or definitely not that much in like the past decade. Whoa, that was scary. Like where I'm from, in the past 10 years, we've had more flood warnings and snow warnings. Also, I very nearly got arrowed there. I didn't expect him to do it again. Okay, Ganitro dead, we can play the game. Yeah, I think the longest stretch of snow we've had, or that I remember having, is like a couple of days. Maybe like 4 days or something. And that was, I think, probably around Christmas time. – 2012 was 12 years ago. Yep. That's a yikes. That is a yikes. So that's when the Olympics were in London as well. Because I remember, because I was in year 5, and like the torch, like the Olympic torch, the person running basically ran right past our school. So on that day, we basically all just stopped classes for a bit and just all like went outside and watched a guy run past on a road, basically. Very entertaining stuff, but yeah. So I would have been, well, I would have been 9. That's not where I want to go. Like 9 or 10. That's the worst part, just realising how long ago stuff was. I was 2002 at like the very end of our school year. August. That's also not where I want to go. What am I doing? I've completely forgotten where I'm trying to go. Yeah, I definitely get that. Like, if you're born in, like, the 90s, you hear people born in 2000 and it just really confuses you. I think I'm kind of the same way now with, like, 2010s. Like, the only people that I will like... The only people that I believe were born in the 2010s are my two cousins who were born in 2012. Like, I refuse to believe that anyone else was, like, born in the 2010s. It just seems odd. I guess that's just, like, the same thing with every single, like, generation or, like, decade or something. You're just going to think the decades, like, after you are just way younger than they actually are. So I'm sure, like, when they were at school, like, all your parents thought, or, like, when they were young adults, they all thought that, like, you know, people born sort of 10, 15 years after them didn't exist. The really sad part is that, like, even though I'm still really young, I'm at the stage where I've already started... You've already started getting, like, people in the news, or, like, people, like, doing really, like, cool things, ever, and you realise that they're younger than I am. See, like, so-and-so is... You know, so-and-so has won this tournament, or so-and-so is playing for this really high-profile club, and you realise that they're younger than that you are. Turning 30 by the end of the year just sounds... I don't know, it does just sound weird. At the point that I get to 29 and you realise that, you know, by the end of the year you're going to be 30, just seems wrong. So, still got a bit to go before then, but it's probably gonna get here a lot faster than I want it to. Take care, Will. Hopefully your checkup or whatever it is goes okay. That was close. Yeah, I'm very much like that. I know I've only really been like holding on to sort of video game stuff, or I say like properly collecting, I guess, for probably about 4 years. Like I still have the games from when I was a lot younger, but only actual like sort of collecting things or for about 4 years. But I don't know, it's the sort of thing that you maybe think you might just sort of go off at one point, but like there's a lot of things I was really into when I was a kid that I sort of went off, but I still have like all the stuff. Yeah, that's me as well. I have like, and I have a few like figurines and then a lot of amiibo. Well, not like a super massive amount, but because I have every Legend of Zelda amiibo apart from one, and then I have I think 8 or 9 others from various other like series and things. Again, where am I going? God, I really don't know what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I think I have 8 non-Zelda amiibo. So I have 5... I have 5 like loose Animal Crossing ones. Then I have Yoshi, Celica, and I think Lucina amiibos. Then I have the Yoshi, Celica, and Lucina ones are still sealed in box. Then for Zelda, I have the Smash Bros. Young Link, Smash Bros. Zelda, Wind Waker Link, Wind Waker Zelda. There's one more. Oh, and Sheik. I have all of those unboxed. Then I have the entire rest of the series new in box, except for the Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf one, which is the only one I'm missing. Because I have the other new Tears of the Kingdom ones and like all the champion stuff and all this lot. I'm just missing the Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf. I also want to try and get the Rosalina amiibos, or like the Super Mario Series one. but that one is like super expensive. Oh, that was your first amiibo? Lucky. My first one was the Smash Bros. Zelda. So like Twilight Princess Zelda. So I got most of mine, because most of like, basically all of my boxed ones I got at retail price, like from Nintendo. Because I got most of them around the time that, because they did a massive amiibo like reprint for Age of Calamity, and I got most of them then. Oh shit, this might be bad. Holy fuck, got away with it. You know, take care. Hope you enjoy your trip to the restaurant, and thank you for the good luck. Hopefully the rest of this will go well. Right, time to run around for 5 minutes trying to get down to Monk. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised I made it through Gunfort. I think Gunfort I've only been hit once in the last like 10 tries or something. So I've been very fortunate there recently. Okay, just got to make sure I dodge the bullet. And hopefully Snake Eyes also won't do a grab attack. Don't do a grab. Thank you. That was a bit too close. I dodged right into the wall. Okay, got the snap seeds. I already have all the ash. So monk into 8 into hopefully not getting hit by the lone shadow projectile on the way up to owl, which is how my last run took its first hit. That's a super dumb way to get hit though. So whenever I go there, I always jump off to the right to avoid that projectile. And then I think that attempt in specific, I just didn't jump to the right. Or like I did on the controller, but for whatever reason the game just decided to jump straight forwards. I still don't know if that like bell actually has a hitbox on it while it's in the air. I always get really paranoid I'm going to be hit by it. Like, so I don't actually know if it has a hitbox or not. But I'd rather not find out. Or definitely rather not find out in the middle of a run, is what I should say. Damn it, no gamer jump. Okay, hello. Okay, hello. Thank you. Okay, time for monk. Perfect. And on to the next of the actually scary bosses. Ape can definitely go wrong very easily. Okay. Hopefully I don't get sniped trying to pick up the echoes. But I think it's only happened to me once before. I can't actually remember if it was in a run or not. But yeah, that hit me. I can't remember if it was in a run or just like practice. But it definitely has happened before. Okay. Phase 1. Easy part done. And now focus mode. Okay, Ape really fucking behaved there. That was one of the nicest Ape fights I've ever had. It behaved so well. Okay, got the skill book. And time to hope Owl behaves and gets in the corner. Okay, please also don't meme me with my jumps this time. Okay, don't meme me. There we go. I avoided it. Okay, Owl, please behave and get in the corner. Please behave. Okay, slightly sketchy. Especially after he deflected that hit and did like his kick and shuriken. Slightly sketchy. Okay, we're going to Fountainhead. We are going to Fountainhead. So dialogue first, and then it is time for True Monk. Yeah, hurry up. Just want to get the bell. So we got True Monk next. Then the Fountainhead route I changed, so it should be not necessarily more consistent, but safer. Like, the water dive isn't exactly inconsistent, it's just quite easy to mess up. So I changed the route to go through Fountainhead, basically the normal way. And then, I mean, if I can get through Fountainhead, Hirata is obviously going to be a bit sketchy just because it's Hirata. Okay, so we've got Fountainhead access. We just need to quickly pick up the bell. I don't know why, but for some reason it kind of seems weird to me that basically the sort of secret ending is literally just locked behind a wall of dialogue. I mean, I guess that is kind of how quests work. Like, wall of dialogue to access secret area to get to new ending, but... And it just seems really concentrated in the sense that, like, you can do all the dialogue in one go. There's no, like, extra thing you need to do, it's just available. Okay, so give me the bell. Thank you. And it is time for Fountainhead. This is where it starts to get a bit sketchy. Not so much because of content, because, you know, this is where nerves start to creep in. Like, as you start to get to the last couple of areas, or the last few bosses. First up, True Monk. Okay. Welcome back, Will. Perfect timing on True Monk. That's got to be an internal clock for you. Like, how could you make it back perfectly in time for True Monk? You just actually have a clock. You can just sense. You can sense when it's time. Okay, and the new Fountainhead route, which is much safer than doing the dive. Honestly, I don't know how you managed to time it that well. I was trying to go really fast to sneak it through before you got back, but seems that wasn't the case. Yeah, I hated retainers as well. I had braces for, I think, like a year and a half. Around like year 9 and 10. And then had retainers for a bit and absolutely hated them. They're not very nice. Okay, first time doing the new Fountainhead route in an actual run. I mean, this shouldn't be any more dangerous than normal, this section. So it does add in the fact that I need to kill a Kami leader to clear the lightning. Again, that's not super stressful. Okay, a Kami leader. Come on, jump up. Actually, fuck you. Why did you not jump? Because that is a hit. Because it's also dumb that lightning reversal's a hit. Why did he not jump? That has never fucking happened. Where it just doesn't jump. I also should have just tried to get back behind the wall. But I didn't even try. Like, she just jumped around for like 10 minutes. She's supposed to... She's supposed to try and hit you again, and then she just didn't. And then when she did, the shuriken just missed for no reason. Yeah, True Monk caused that. Even when True Monk itself is fine, she gets revenge. Dude, how am I so shit at this game? It's literally like the easiest mini-boss. Like... I could have run behind cover, I could have spammed shurikens, probably could have run up and MD'd her. Like, there's so much shit I should have done there. I guess she wasn't jumping, I don't know why I didn't just hide again. Actually makes no sense. I think it's still really dumb that lightning's a hit. I mean, in fairness, I didn't actually deflect it, I still got hit by it, but... Oh dear. Well, we can go for the one-hit PB. Yeah, I never wore my retainers. Because I didn't like them. Which probably didn't do me a lot of good, but... I just didn't wear them that often. So I think after having braces for like, I think a year and a half or a year, I can't remember exactly how long I had them for. I think after that I was just like done and just didn't wear them. Because I mean with braces you couldn't just take them out, so you kind of had no choice. But as soon as I had the choice I was just like, nah. This is risky. I only had to wear mine at night. I think there were some other times I needed to, but I think mostly it was at night. Oh. Yeah, I forgot you'd need to jump. Oh dear. I kind of forgot you need to jump that attack. Okay, that one was just me being stupid. That one I'm not about to complain about. And welcome back, Marina. Got the time wrong. Yeah, that's... It normally helps to know which time you're going out. Although at least you thought it was earlier than it was instead of thinking it was later than it was. It would have been worse to think it was at 7 and then it's actually at 6. Okay, time for the Joys of Hirata. I swear, if this is like the run that I have a perfect Hirata after I take the 2 dumbest hits possible, I'm not going to be that happy if that's the case. Because I've just taken 2 dumb hits, get ready for a flawless, like, last 15 minutes of the run. Poop. Poop. This jump, my beloved. At least there's no, like, enemy pressure on you for doing this. There's no one chasing you, so you can take as long as you need. Okay. So we've got, what, 6 enemies left. Well, 6 bosses, I guess, because I do actually kill other enemies. This is like one of the only places in the run where it's actually better to not just completely run through the area. When actually, like, clearing out the crowd helps. I mean, I did practice every boss before stream today. Like, I actually went through like the entire run of enemies and just practiced everything, including a Kami leader. But when I did it then, she cooperated as she's supposed to. The My Beloved reminds you of Renala. Oh dear. That's an interesting connection, yeah. I don't know, I only really say it like sarcastically. I'm sure there are quite a few people that actually like, say it as a sort of like endearing thing. I always use it super sarcastically. Like I say, if you're a non-native English speaker, then I don't know, stuff like sarcasm in a different language probably gets quite annoying. But like, it's probably hard to tell when people like joking and things. Okay, well the first drunkard cooperated. Yeah, I always say it as like a sort of joke, or only use it when I like hate something or just find it annoying. It's like, especially in like challenges and things. Hello, can you attack? Okay, good phase one. Yeah, I guess if you like learn it from like books and video games, then it's probably harder to tell when they're... It's probably hard to tell when they're like joking and when they're serious. Because those sorts of things probably come up a lot more frequently in like books than they do in real life. Is it German that's the first language in Austria? Or is it something else? Because I'd imagine like... I know German and English are kind of... I guess they have the same like foundation in a way, but they're still quite different languages. Yeah, it is German, okay. So I think they have a few similarities, but most of it is just quite different. like the similarities aren't like big enough to sort of give you a head start. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, I'd assume it is a different, like, dialect or different sort of type, but the sort of base of it is, like, it is basically German with some nuances or, like, extra things, I assume. I assume it's just kind of like American English and British English. Like, they're the same language, but they have some minor differences. Okay, can you get the poison off your sword? No, I said, can you get the poison off your sword? I'm just wasting all of my buff time. Okay, there we go, it's off. I swear to God, if this is actually going to be a perfect Hirata. I'm going to be so mad if this is a perfect Hirata. Okay, if Al can just behave for the rest of this. I fucking suck. Okay, 2 of the 3 hits have just been me being bad. Like, not even the boss doing anything weird or anything, just me being bad. You understand German, but they don't understand you. Oh. It's actually more different than I thought then. I thought it would just be like a... maybe like an accent or a few words here and there, but it's actually maybe more different than I thought then if you can't like properly understand each other. So I assumed it was just basically German. Easy Genichiro. There's 2 phases. Dude, that should have been the run. All 3 of those hits were so sloppy. That should have been it. Well, let's go again. All 3 of those hits were so dumb. I mean, the Divine Dragon one was just me not paying attention. Although I guess I'd already been hit at that point, so it wasn't too important. Owl, I tried deflecting and attacking at the same time, and the game prioritised my attack over my deflect. And then Akami Leader, I don't even want to start thinking about how I got hit to her. I think it seems, the way it seems, which is very good, is that it appears that I've got all of like the I don't know what I'm doing hits out. All of the hits where it's just like I don't know what I'm doing with this attack or what I'm doing here seem to be gone. And all the hits now seem to just be me like not paying attention or just me being bad. So we've got all of the actual, like, proper hits out of the system. Now we just need to get all of the dumb stuff out. We just need to get rid of all the dumb, like, greed or pressing the wrong button or this sort of thing. I mean, I don't know if I've ever actually done a Hitless Hirata in a proper run. I've done it in practice, like, all the way through. I don't think I've ever actually done it in a run. That was definitely my closest. Let's just run that back. Let's just ignore that that happened. But yeah, so if I just get the dumb hits out, then we're good. Because all of the technical stuff and the actual fights themselves, I'm fine at. So it is just a matter of time. So I've had like, I want to say 2 4s, a 3 and a 2, or like 3 4s, a 3 and a 2. I've been hitless into Fountainhead, I think at least like 6 times. Although, that seems a bit bad though. Hitless into Fountainhead 6 times, but I think I've only actually been hitless into Hirata twice. That's actually quite bad. Well, I mean, Fountainhead is pretty straightforward. Except for the time literally last one when I got hit by a Kami leader, but we'll ignore that and pretend it didn't happen. But Fountainhead is pretty straightforward. I guess 2 of those 4 hits were doing a route that I no longer do because of those hits. Like, Fountainhead literally has the second easiest mini-boss in the game, the second easiest major boss in the game, and also another major boss that I'm very confident on and very comfortable with. And yet I've still found a way to get hit there this many times. I mean, I know it's a joke at this point, but like True Monk for me is one of the easier bosses in the game. Like, it's probably I'd say it's my 3rd favourite like major boss in the game. But I'd also think it's one of the easier ones. Except for the time I jumped off the bridge, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that one. I am actually still like super annoyed by that hit. Like, whenever it was, just having my first hit be head stomping True Monk into the void. But I don't know. But the thing's, like, I think the run I just did is the first run where every hit I took was dumb. Like, I genuinely think that the run I just finished is the first one I finished where I can look at every single hit I took and just be like, yeah, that was me being dumb, rather than that was unlucky, or I didn't know what that move was, sort of thing. So that's definitely something. I absolutely know, yeah, you're never going to forget it. I should do an all-true monk run to sort of prove my worth and clear my name. I mean, but the thing for Elden Ring is there are so many full damage memes, it's unreal. Like, even if you ignore the sort of things where Torrent, like, sometimes decides to not land on something and slide off, or, you know, you land perfectly fine and then the game just decides you're dead and all this sort of stuff. But in fairness, in Elden Ring's case, a lot of it is like, you either take 0 full damage or you die. Like, there's not really that sort of middle section. Like, in all the Souls games, there's, you know, if you fall off a tiny height, you'll take a tiny bit of damage, or all this sort of stuff. Elden Ring, it's just basically nothing or dead. Or it looks nowhere near as high as it actually is. So you jump off it and then you realise that it was high enough. Oh yeah, sometimes, yeah, when Torrent, like, dies and... Torrent dies, then you get knocked off Torrent, but then it... and you're just lying on the ground, and then the game also decides that you died. For whatever reason. I mean, I wouldn't say so, Will. I wouldn't exactly say I have something on you as well for you fighting mid-ear, because you didn't fight mid-ear. I did. I don't know if I actually watched you fight it. I might have seen you attempt, like, once. But... okay, what the fuck were you doing there? I mean, when you say I saw you fail, I saw you, like, enter the arena and drop down, and then before I could even, like, catch up to mid-ear to start the fight myself, you had already died. So I didn't exactly see you fail, because I didn't have a chance to get down to the arena before you died. That was also very close. I almost got memed there at the end because I couldn't do my normal counter because we were directly next to the fire, which does actually do chip damage. I don't think it counts as a hit because it's environmental, but it's definitely damage. Yeah, speaking of Midir, I am slowly starting to work on that all Midir video. Because, I mean, I did the run, what, about a year and a quarter ago, so I figured I should actually start making it. Because it's taking up 600 gigabytes of storage on my PC, all of the recordings for it. So I figured now is probably the time to, because I kind of need the space now. I kind of need the space on my PC, so it's like I should probably actually clear the 600 gigabytes of Midir. I mean, I haven't properly started it, but I'm basically... I think it's probably going to be a commentated video where I just have the run and then talk over the top of it. But I have, like... Well, I've started going through all of the footage to try and pick out notable sections and stuff to mention. So I'm kind of writing a... I guess a trial script at the moment. I'd also need to start on the Alvadan video, so that will definitely be out as like my next one. Okay, the ball has been really fucking kind today. No, I used the wrong... Actually, wait. I got an extra Gatchin from, Oh, that actually works out, doesn't it? Because I'm pretty sure the rats that I killed after Gyobu dropped a Gatchin. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I use 1 for Ogre, so I have 3. Yeah, I have enough. I didn't accidentally waste one. Yeah, I want to do... That's the thing, because Ulradan will be a lot easier to do. Because it was, what, a 9-hour run? And also I literally just did it, you know, last week, so it's still fresh in my memory. All Midir is, I need to go back a year and a quarter to 30 hours of footage and a randomizer to try and, like, put something together. So, you know, I've completely forgotten about it from my mind, and it's a 30-hour run, so... It's the sort of thing that I'll probably just sort of do on and off when I have time, but mostly just sort of do other stuff in the meantime, and then at some point in the future it might be ready. I suck. I thought he was about to get out of the corner there. He started walking away. I mean, say I haven't forgotten about the mid-ear run, but I can't remember like, oh, I went here, then here, and you know, this item was in this location. You know, whereas the Radahn one, I can still remember exactly what I did because it was only not even a week ago. And another Genichiro. So I think the general idea of what I want to do is basically do challenge runs like when I have the time, I have them planned. So my general idea is like do a challenge run, edit the video, upload it, do another challenge run, edit, upload, so on, so on, so on. And then basically put like no-hit stuff between it all. So when I'm editing stuff for challenge runs, instead of like starting another one, I can do like some streams of no-hit or whatever. Just sort of spread out all the challenges. What would be worse, all Soul of Cinder or all Midir? Definitely Midir. I mean, first of all, just because of how big Midir is, it can body block you a lot. And also for quite an interesting reason that I'm not going to say, but there's something that happens with Midir that definitely complicates things a bit. You won't notice it happening in like the normal game. It's only something that happens in randomizer. But it's an interesting one. Skills. Yeah, it's a randomizer exclusive. I played DS2 on PlayStation 5. Or like the Scholar PlayStation 4 version, but like on PlayStation 5. I don't have it on PC. So I have, that's the thing, I have DS1, DS3, Sekiro and Elden Ring on both PC and PlayStation. So I also have like 4 copies of Elden Ring or something. Only one of them is physical, I guess. Because basically I got the... So I got the collector's edition... So when it came out, I like pre-ordered the collector's edition, which comes with a physical copy of the game. But then that was supposed to get here on like... Well, on the day, but at like 3 or 4 PM. So instead of missing the first like 15, 16 hours after release, I also bought the PS5 digital version so that I could play it at midnight when it released. And then buying the PS5 version also gave you a free copy of the PS4 downloaded version. So that meant that I had the PS5 digital and PS4 digital versions on top of my PS4 physical collector's edition. And then I also have the Steam version. So I guess I've paid for 3, but it's technically 4 copies. And yeah, I used to be like console through and through, but that's basically because my own PC was pretty bad and couldn't really run games. Because basically consoles were better than my PC. But now I have a pretty good computer. I still play consoles quite a bit, but... Fuck you. Armored Warrior. Like the one attack that I don't know how to deal with. Yeah, I still play consoles quite a bit, but now that I actually have a computer that can run games. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I couldn't wait 16 hours to play Elden Ring, so I spent another 50 quid on another copy of it. That's what I'm saying. So probably not the smartest decision, but... That was my first Armored Warrior hit in a long time. I mean, with... I think that's mostly exclusive to Elden Ring. I mean, like, sure, there are a few games that I own on console and PC. And, like, I have both versions of them. But I think Elden Ring is, like, the only game I've actually bought, like, a separate copy to play it earlier. Because, I mean, in general, for games, I buy physical just because I like looking at the cases. Even if it's, like, technically not as convenient, I just enjoy having like all the box art and things. And I say for basically every game, if I do like pre-order it or just order it whenever, I just wait for the box. But for Elden Ring, I got another copy. In fairness, I don't even pre-order that many games. Well, I can't remember that many that I have. Okay, this definitely is a dumb thing I've done though. So I owned... Yeah, so here's the thing. So I owned DS1 and DS3 on PC, and I wanted to play DS2. But DS2 on PC is like £40. So I was like, okay, I'll get DS2 on PS4 and I'll play it there. But then I decided, but you know, it's going to be really inconvenient if I have Dark Souls 1 and 3 on PC, but then I have to swap over to PlayStation to play 2. So instead of just buying Dark Souls 2 for PlayStation, I bought the entire trilogy so that I could have all of them on the same system, which was still cheaper than just buying DS2 on PC. Even though it's obviously a lot more than just buying DS2 alone on PlayStation. I guess that's why I have like multiple copies of like DS1 and 3. I bought the trilogy on PlayStation. So on PlayStation I have 1, 2 and 3. On PC I only have 1 and 3. That's the thing, it would have been a lot like easier to just buy DS2 alone and then swap between them if I wanted to, but I was like, nah, I got to own all of them on the same system. So, you know, got to buy the entire thing. I mean, in fairness, I did use that quite a lot. And basically went on a tear. So I guess that's something quite a lot of people do. Like, you play 1 or 2, like, FromSoft games, and then you just go on a complete, like, rampage and play all of them, like, back to back with nothing else in between. I'm fucking stupid. I love how I find ways to screw up all of the easy stuff. Like, you know how half an hour ago I was going on about how I was no longer getting hit by like weird stuff and just getting hit by dumb stuff. I mean, that was dumb, so I wasn't technically wrong, but I guess this is just the way it is. I've had my grace period where I get a full run going, so now we've got to get all of the early game hits. Yeah, I'm very good at jinxing myself when I'm doing well. Very good at doing that. I mean, in all seriousness, if I just like shut up sometimes and actually played the game, I would probably actually get the run. Like, obviously not all the time, but if I actually like focus during boss fights, I guess normally I don't even enter focus mode until about Guardian Ape. Or like Guardian Ape is when I start taking it a bit more seriously, like Ape, Father Val, True Monk, and then we get into the actual like proper serious stuff where you start getting close to finishing. I refuse to believe that I've been cursed by True Monk to always be hitting Fountainhead. Although I haven't actually proven that wrong yet, so there is maybe a slight hint of truth to that. I need to actually prove it wrong and actually do a hitless Fountainhead. I mean, hey, you did manage to come back earlier, like right at True Monk, so there's definitely some connection between the two of you. Are you like secretly controlling True Monk? It's like you get a warning when I'm about to reach there, and then you need to quickly hop in and start playing. Like, oh no, Ember's about to fight True Monk, I need to turn on cheats or something. He's an insider at FromSoft. doesn't work for who he says he does, actually just sits in front of Sekiro all day waiting for me to reach True Monk. But that is a normal thing to think, right? Like, when you were younger and you, like, played, I don't know, FIFA or something, did you ever think that when you were playing the CPU, you're actually just playing, like, someone at EA? I swear there was a time that I thought that. And then depending on what difficulty you pick, they would, like, pick a different person to play against you. Okay, make sure the time is right this time, Marina. But thank you for stopping by. Take care. You have a nice evening as well, as long as this is actually, as long as this is the correct time. But I hope you enjoy your meal. Oh God. I mean, you do work with bridges, that is true. I'm going to get to True Monk in this run and I'm going to see you, like, stood next to the bridge inspecting it. Just maybe loosen a bolt or something. So it collapses. Some, you know, interesting sabotage plans. I mean, maybe. Or maybe you added, like, a little bit of a trampoline or something on Monk's head, so that when I bounced off I went further than normal. And that's what caused me to... They don't go near the fire. Dude, where's my stagger? Okay, that was me being stupid because I thought I would get a stagger. I don't know how I didn't get a single stagger on Gyobu there. And again, that was another dumb hit of me. Like, that wasn't Gyobu being mean, that was just me being greedy. Because I was expecting that surely I would have had a stagger by, like, halfway through phase 2. It probably got, like, cancelled by his death blow or something. But we are starting to get towards last run territory in terms of time. So let's try and get another one going quickly. But not too quickly and too greedily that I just get hit. I want to at least get another run past like Gyobu or Ball or something. Because we did get one, and then Armoured Warrior did like the one opener that I do not understand the timing for. Like the one opener that's got about 3 weeks of delay on it. Yeah, that's also true. Like work or like even school goes by much faster when you're not there. Like when you would have a day off school and then, you know, you do like 2 things and it's already like 1 PM or something. And they're, you know, then another couple of hours and they're basically finished. You just kind of wonder why school doesn't go that quickly when you're there. That's just how it is. You hate time. What? Or just time in general? Just all time. It's definitely an interesting thing to hate. Oh my god, what am I... I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that. That was the speedrunner in me trying to get the perfect line and forgetting that I actually needed to drop down in the first place. I swear a lot of my issues with this one would be fixed if I just went a bit slower. Is this the go I get a PB of 1? This is the attempt I get a PB of 0. In all seriousness, probably not. I'm going to get hit by Gyobu. But it would be nice though. I haven't got a clue how Dark Souls 2 co-op works. And also won't have a character anywhere near your level. I mean, I guess it's relatively early on. But the only Dark Souls 2 character I have will be in New Game Plus 2. Because it'll be the one that I did for the Platinum Trophy. I have kind of thought about wanting to like replay DS2 recently. So, because I haven't played it in like, I want to say 2.5 years. I want to say like 2.5 years since I played DS2. But I'd also want to go back and replay like some of my favourite Zeldas that I haven't played in a while. Like Wind Waker, Skyward Swords, Phantom Hourglass. And also like finish off Minish Cap. I mean, there's a lot of like casuals. What the fuck? Okay, since when could he follow that up with a spin? Oh my god, we've had 10 attempts. I mean, yeah, you probably can. I'm assuming it's possible, but so I've never done DS2 co-op or DS1 co-op. I don't even think I've done Elden Ring co-op, to be fair. Actually, no, I think I have. Oh yeah, I have done, yeah. But so I haven't got a clue how it works in Dark Souls 2. I would assume it's similar to DS3, where like you need to be within a certain level. But I don't know if there's stuff like matchmaking. I would say I might be able to do it tonight, but it depends. It also just depends on what other stuff I want to do or need to do. As I said, I do want to get started on Ulradan in like the next day or two, but we'll see. Okay, can I not mess up Tutorial Genny again? I think I've messed this up like 2 or 3 times today. Which I think is the most in a session I've actually ever failed this. Wait, so what areas have you done then? Or like, what bosses have you killed? Because I don't know, because I mean... You can probably do it now, but it is a kind of hit or miss thing. Whether you want to do... Like, whether you want to fight the dragon now or leave it. Since when? Since when? This is definitely an interesting set of hits. I think it's really innovative that I'm always coming up with new places to get hit. You know, it's not just like, oh yeah, you got hit by Guardian Ape or, you know, by Lady Butterfly. Always coming up with new places. Like, oh yeah, random enemy in Ashen Outskirts 2 times. A Kami leader, you know. Some new places, mix it up a bit. The boss souls you can save, and then you can find someone somewhere who will, like, convert them. I can't remember if DS2 is the same as 1 or 3. Like, can't remember if you need to, like, upgrade a weapon and then convert that into the boss weapon, or if you just, like, trade. I think you just trade, but I'm not certain. To my knowledge, you don't need the boss weapons for trophies, but I might be wrong. I don't think you do. But I don't know, you might. And say if you've done, if you've done Last Giant, Pursuer, Dragon Slayer, I would, or Dragon Rider rather, I would say either do the area after Pursuer or the area after Dragon Rider. Like, personally, I would say don't do the Cathedral and, like, the Dragon just yet. I would say do one of those 2 areas, or even both of them first. Yeah, Dragon Slayer, Dragon Rider, whatever. Yeah, I'd probably say do one of those 2 areas first and not the dragon part just yet. Although, I mean, you can still do it in any order. Like, DS2's early game is very, very open in terms of, like, the number of paths you can take. How have you been trying to fight the dragon? Like, what's been your strategy? Because I remember what I did, and I think it works pretty well, but I'm just curious to hear what your idea was. Run past everything and then just fight? Yeah. I mean, it could work. I remember what I did is I basically cleared out all of the enemies on the run up to it, and then I just cheesed it with a bow. Like, I killed all the enemies on the way and then just hid at the stairs and shot however many arrows it took. So yeah, DS2 enemies can be quite aggro and have like a lot of place to go. You also can't quit out cheese in DS2 because enemies save their positions when you quit out. Oh and yeah, the enemies in Tower Flame do actually do a fair bit of damage. Especially I think because after you kill Dragon Rider, the like knights that will sat around on the floor actually start attacking you. I think that's when they do. I guess you kind of need to just try and sort of bait them 1v1. Like, clear the really big enemies first, and then try and take out the knights 1v1. So, because before Dragon Rider, they're just kind of sat there. Unless you actually, like, attack them yourself. So I think the best thing is to try and clear all the enemies out. And then have a 1v1 with the dragon. So, because if you don't clear them out, they will just catch up to you. No matter how far away you lure them, they'll just, like, go back to you. I mean, losing health on death can be annoying. but and I don't, especially early on, I don't think it's that bad. You know, if you do get down to like half of your health bar and don't have anything to reverse it, it does get really bad, but I honestly don't mind it. Okay, no shenanigans this time with cheaping me out of staggers. That might be last run. I swear this always happens now. Like, before it took me an hour and a half to get a run, and then I'll just play one run through and it'd be pretty good. And now I start off with a really, really good run, and then just can't get past early game again. That is how it is. Well, I'm gonna call it there. Didn't get the run today, but we did at least get a good run. Hopefully tomorrow will be the day. Yeah, I don't know why they do so much damage. They're just powerful. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be the day, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully have another really good run. Yeah. Until tomorrow, I am done, so take care all. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully I'll be done with this. Yeah. Take care.